Okay, today is the day that I'm gonna start working on all of Gina's baby shower trees. I'm gonna be focusing on the pretzel birch trees, the acorns with the nutter butters and kisses, and we're gonna get a start on the sugar cookies today. We're hopefully gonna finish making them all, and then tomorrow we're gonna be frosting them and making them look really cute. So follow me along on this journey. Okay, for this recipe you're gonna be needing pretzel rods, and then something long that when you dip the pretzel rod in, it will be coated with chocolate easier. And then just a pan with parchment paper to put them on when you're done. So let's get started. First, you are gonna need to melt down the white chocolate. So we're gonna open this up and pour it in here. I'm gonna start out with that and see how it goes. Melt. Okay, now that we have it all melted, it's time to put it into our thinner container. You might need to melt a little more chocolate. Make it fill up the whole thing. We'll test it out and see. Let's test one out and see what happens. Okay, so move some of this out of the way. Okay. We take our pretzel in here, give it a twirl. Yeah, see, I want it to go down a little bit more, so I'm gonna melt some more chocolate. Okay, so we got our chocolate melted and in here, so let's give it a whirl. Swirl it around a little bit. Make sure a bunch of the extra drips get off. And we're just gonna lay it flat and repeat until complete. Okay, now I got them all dipped, so it's time to melt our dark chocolate to make the birch stripes on it. So let's get this going. This one did not want to rip. And then we're gonna add onto here. Don't need quite as much because this is only gonna be the stripes on it, so that should be plenty. And then let's melt. Okay, I got it all melted and it's nice and drizzly. So we're just gonna take our fork and kind of swish it back and forth over our pretzel sticks. Do that a few times. Kind of want to get them somewhat different so each tree looks like it has a different pattern. I'm gonna keep going like this until I get the right amount. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm gonna let them set and then I'll show you how they look at the end. Okay, they are all set and this is what the final birch tree pretzels look like. Look how cute these are. This is gonna be perfect for the woodland theme. And it's up at Birch Ridge Resort. So birch tree, birch ridge, perfect. Okay, now it is time to make the acorn kisses. So you need some nutter butter, the mini ones, because they need to be small enough for all of our kisses. So, open this up and just dump them all in a bowl so we can have them all ready to go. And then we need to peel all of our kisses. This might take a while. Okay, we got them all peeled. So now it is time to make our acorns. I'm gonna stack all these down first. And then I'm gonna be dipping our kisses in the chocolate and just stacking them on top until it cools. So hopefully they will stay on nice and tight. Okay, there's that. Now, enough on there. And just set it on top. Just like so. Now it's time to repeat a lot. This is a little bit of a messy process too. Ooh. This one is now a snack. Okay, and there you have it. Cute little acorns. Okay, it is time to make the sugar cookies. So for this recipe, you're gonna need 4.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 3 sticks of butter, 4 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 2 eggs. So first things we're gonna do is we're gonna mix together this baking powder and the salt. Okay, once we added that, we're gonna whisk it together and set aside. Now, we need to cream together our butter and our sugar. So we're gonna put it in the stand mixer. So we need 3 of these. There's the butter, and then we're gonna add the sugar and start creaming it together. Okay, that's starting to look good. So now scrape down the sides. I'm gonna add our almond extract, the vanilla extract, and then we're gonna crack open 2 of our eggs. One. And 2. Perfect. And then we're just gonna beat some more until this all gets well combined. Okay, this is starting to look really nice. So we're gonna scrape down our sides again. And then we're gonna slowly start adding in our flour mixture. We don't want it to puff up everywhere. So okay, that is looking good. Let's get it all off. And then what we're gonna be doing is rolling it out on a piece of parchment paper and then sticking it in the refrigerator to let it cool. And after that, we will cut it out with our cookie cutters. We have a bunch of really cute little woodland shapes. So I'm excited to see how these turn out. Okay, so I got some stuff moved out of the way and got some parchment paper. I just put it on a cutting board so it'll be easier to move. And then some flour that we're gonna sprinkle on. And then we need about half of our dough for this one. Put a little more flour on top. Help us roll. And flour. Our rolling pin. And then we're just gonna roll. Try to make it nice and even. We don't want it too thin because then it may burn. And then once we get this all rolled out, it just is gonna go in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Will probably be longer than that. Okay, now we have both of them rolled out nicely, so it is time to refrigerate. Okay, it is the next day. We ended up going out to eat last night, so we didn't get around to cutting it, but now it is time to cut out and bake. So let's remove one of these, and then let's start out with our cute little foxy. Just down, trying to get close to the edges so we don't waste too much of that extra dough. And then grab my baking sheet and plop it down. Okay, next up, let's try our little hedgehog. Okay, just being super gentle when pushing them out. I don't want anything to crack or rip. And they are coming out really cleanly, so that is good. Okay, next up, like a little squirrel. Here we go. That one was a little more tricky. And the ears are a little bit trickier to get this one out of. That one. An owl. Let's do that one right here. Okay. Then a jumping deer. See how easy it is to get the antlers out. This one might be a little bit trickier. Got that one. That one was definitely the trickiest out of all these shapes so far. Next up is little birdie. And lastly, we have a little mushroom. Oh, and there the oven's ready. Perfect timing. Okay, so I am just gonna finish up cutting out all these and then we'll bake it. But so far, this is the shapes we got. They're turned out really cute actually, so I'm excited to see how they bake. Okay, now we have them all cut out, so it is time to bake. All done. Now it's time to put them on our cooling rack. Turned out really nice. They have just a slight golden color on the bottom and then no coloring on the top, which is just how we wanted it. Okay, now we're just gonna wait for the rest of them to get done, and then it's time for frosting after they're all cooled. Okay, it is now time to make our royal icing. So for this, we need 4 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of meringue powder. This is very fine. I was not expecting it to be this fine. I've never used it before. And about 9 tablespoons of room temperature water. When we get going, we're going to start it off going very slowly so it does not poof up everywhere. Let's start out with that much water. See how this goes. And then just let it go for 1.5 to 2 minutes. Okay, this is looking really good. It's nice, stiff peaks. There we go. Okay, now it is time to start coloring them, and then I'm gonna put them in a bag and start piping. I think we're gonna for sure need quite a bit of brown, some black, and then I think we're gonna use some orange for sure, blue, and I might make a little bit of pink and purple just to add some fun colors to it. It's almost like a melted marshmallow consistency. Keep some in here that stays white. Now, first let's start out with the brown. Brown color, then pink, purple, blue, and lastly orange. Okay, now we got most of our colors set. I'm going to get them into piping bags and then I'll show you how I'm making the cookies.
Everything turned out amazing at the shower. The twig branches and the acorn kisses looked so cute, and the cookies were absolutely adorable, and they tasted delicious too. They didn't have a super hard crust, which you sometimes get with sugar cookies, and the flavor was delicious.